play D&D streaming event. It's an event now.
Event. Wow.
Is it?
We're getting big now.
Last week, nothing happened, and the week before that,
Nothing
what
happened.
The week before that, I believe you guys raided Shamukar and saw some people and ran away.
Yeah, raided is such a harsh word. We really just came to stop by.
You swung by to check up on them. Everyone was dead except I guess the undead were dead too. And you all freaked out a little bit, but you killed some Disimortums.
Oh yeah, that was when I let all the bad guys out.
Yep.
I don't remember any
Also
of
the
this.
good guys.
You don't remember
I
killing
seriously don't remember this
Disimortums?
either. That was last time?
We didn't have it last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, you killed the Disimortums, and then you found the door with the scroll on it listing a whole bunch of people in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We
And,
killed the people in the meat
half
locker.
of you decided that you didn't want to let whatever was in there out, and so you all
Mhm.
left. And then two of you, which I believe was Yekel and Funk, you stayed and stamped the paper, and they opened up the door, and the people inside all came out and then left and locked the door behind them. And then you guys hopped on your little mechanical ball and rode off into the sunset. So the only thing left over from that was that Nero went and alerted the town guard and went to brought the town guard to the place where there were a whole bunch of grisly murders, and was then questioned about his participation in the events. And while he wasn't directly involved, they do have some questions about why DedEx was going to meet with Dask to begin with. So, who would like to say what Nero told them?
I think that would be Alpa, because he controls Nero.
Definitely Michael.
Great.
Michael is the only one who's not here.
Perfect. Calculated.
What should we say? Something like Nero would say something along the lines of, due to having a common enemy, they had invited us there to give us information.
I wouldn't even admit that we were going there to meet him. I would just say that we had heard
Actually, yeah, that's a good point.
clues that Dask was related there, so we were just checking out the.
Or maybe even we had received an invitation from somebody who we didn't know, and turned out to be Dask, and turned out to be DedEx.
Seems reasonable.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, since he came and reported it, they aren't going to arrest him. So they let Nero come back home. Hooray.
I'm sure Michael will be very happy.
He would be. So, what would you guys like to do next?
That's a great question.
What time is it?
It was evening. So I'll assume you guys went ahead
Went
and
to bed.
long rested and waited for the next day before you did anything too substantial.
Oh, sweet.
And that guy is. What did that guy give us? He gave us a bottle of blood.
Yeah. You came back and the place had been cased. And yeah, you found there was a vial of blood. Yes.
Yeah, I don't quite. What was that about again?
The guy was just waiting here for you guys when you came back. Oh yeah, that's when Airvax just left. So Airvax will probably come back. But he came back and said that he didn't much care for the Sharn Avenger himself, and would give you a tool to get
Track
to
him down.
Okay,
but
so we were gonna
next
use
time
that
that he
blood.
met you, he'd probably have to kill you.
Oh, that's right. He's working for him.
Right.
Also, Elicor and Annabelle are missing.
Also, yes. forgot
Good
about that.
riddance.
Should we go talk to the old lady?
I don't think the old lady will know anything, but
Oh, yeah. You don't think she might know where the girl went? You know. Certainly has no vested interest in this kid.
we haven't seen her snooping around other than when she reported it, so
Doesn't mean she wasn't scrying.
Well, what's the
That's true.
consequences of reporting it to her? Is she gonna do some type of retribution on us in some way?
It's a definite possibility. That's why I bring up the question. We may not want to tell her that. On the other hand, we might want to tell her in case she can help.
Right. I suppose not telling her will make us look more guilty when she finds out eventually.
Mm-hmm.
why would we have to go tell some random old lady every time something happens to this girl though? It just
Good.
makes her look weird.
I mean, you remember she's like some sort of stupidly omniscient being, right?
Yeah, but she doesn't know we know that. So, just because someone went missing doesn't mean you run back to their same old neighbor every time and ask them where they are.
I mean, it could be worth questioning if she has come back just in case she ran away.
Didn't the lady also say she didn't really have any connection to the child?
That's what she says.
Yeah.
Do you believe anyone, Clint?
Nope. Don't believe you.
No? Guess that's your prerogative.
Does anyone know locate object? We can always just describe Annabelle's locket.
Oh,
And
that's a
if
good point.
I think
if she's within 1,000 feet, then we'll be able to kind of know where she is.
It might also be worth identifying who this vial of blood belongs to.
That's locate creature. That's 4th level. We don't have that.
Okay.
I want to say
Owen
Michael
might
had
have
locate
locate
object. Someone
Oh,
did.
maybe it was Michael. I
I
forget.
think Michael does. I don't have it.
Okay.
I can locate objects that I've done my psychic investigation on.
Mm-hmm.
So that doesn't help us now.
That might have been what I was thinking of.
I thought Michael might have it, but he's not here. So
Ross, can you confirm that Michael has it?
Nero doesn't seem to have anything. Was it Nero or Al Pacino?
Probably Alpha.
let's look on the cleric spell list. Yeah, Alpha would have it, 2nd level, so he could prepare it since we took a long rest.
Oh, yes, he had it prepared anyway.
There we go. Do that.
Definitely an important combat spell he should have brought.
Doesn't he have everything prepared? See?
No, they know
No.
everything. They prepare different every day.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's what I have as well.
Cool. So, are they within 1,000 feet?
No, they're not.
Shit.
How far away is Annabelle's house? I forget. She's somewhere in this district, though, right?
1,001 feet.
Yeah,
Perfect.
1,001 feet away.
Was.
Let me pull up the map.
El Hakar might have taken her to like a theater too, or a bar or something,
I meant this plateau.
That's a fair
or
point,
like
actually.
Wallhorn.
You guys are in. You were in Lower Memphis, in the Torchfire district, and she was in Forge Light Towers, which is the opposite side of the plateau.
Okay.
So no, her house would not be within 1,000 feet.
We can go check her house though if you guys want.
Can't hurt. It's an easy thing to do. It's not even that far to walk. Yeah, it couldn't hurt to check the usual haunts. Anywhere that we know Alcor likes to visit bar wise. Certainly the theater. The
Sure.
10 pennies
Make it
place.
an investigation check.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at those.
I would say Adam's good at that.
Gotta go and click in the word investigation. A good thing I got advantage from being people helping me, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
of course.
Yeah, so you ask around some of his usual haunts. He doesn't have very many that you know of, but you go by one of the bars that he likes, and you hear that from someone who says that they heard him from somebody else, overheard him talking about going to some sort of temple, which he thought was strange for Elcor. Yeah, he's not a particularly religious person. And that was like a day ago.
A day
Oh
ago?
shit! Do we want to head to the temple where Tamishi's body was?
Mm-hmm. That could be a very
Yeah.
good idea.
Can we walk over there and ask them if they've seen a guy with a little girl?
Wait, the temple where it was? Wasn't it in the hunt?
Well, yeah, but the temple took all the bodies.
Oh, I thought you meant like never mind.
Yeah, you guys head over to that temple, and while you don't find Elcor himself, one of the priests knows who you're talking about, and explains to you that Elcor put himself in debt to the church in order to help pay for the resurrections of Tamishi and Absent Dilemma.
Oh shit, what? That's a thing you can do?
And apparently they had been resurrected, and now Elcor and Tamishi and Absent Dilemma are all basically indentured servants indebted to the church.
Oh.
Where was
Great.
the little girl with him?
He doesn't recall a little girl.
Shit.
Well, they're gonna come back and try to kill us someday.
Say what?
I mean, are they? Because we didn't like try to resurrect them, or what?
We didn't have the money.
Yeah,
to
there's just no way in hell we could afford to resurrect them.
Yeah, they were like
Yeah.
what, 1,000 gold each or 10,000?
I thought it was
gold
5,000 apiece if we
Five.
did it that day.
each? Yeah.
Yeah,
They
it's half
should
off.
know what they're getting themselves into.
How long will it take for them to pay that off?
An eternity.
He doesn't know the specifics of what he'd worked out, but usually anywhere between 10 and 20 years.
Okay, cool. So they'll be gone forever now.
They basically just have student loans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that's fun. Okay. Well, so that explains maybe where Elcor went. Where the hell is Anne?
We can go back and check around her house. Michael can always cast it, or Alpa can cast locate object once we're in that district. Either that or she got kidnapped.
Well, that's the most likely answer, especially if they ransacked the place. But I feel like Elcor wouldn't have left her by herself in the office.
Our place wasn't ransacked, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't remember having stuff about.
No, you came back and it was clean, which is what was so suspicious.
Ah, right.
And then it was ransacked once the magic wore off.
Yeah.
Well,
Mm.
we could also take that vial of blood to, was it House Thoras? Have them try to locate it, or locate the owner.
Yeah, I'm sure they'd be more than willing to help us.
For money, of course.
Yeah, like the whole reward we would get for catching him.
Yeah, basically.
No. We just tell them that we're looking for a little girl who was abducted from our office.
Why do you have a vial of a little girl's blood?
We don't know that it's a little girl's blood.
We don't. We have no idea whose blood it is, but we want to find out.
Well, if
We
you're
have
trying
a
to
little girl's
say,
blood in case we lose her. Duh.
Just
Also,
keep
I
that
don't
back
trust
on.
them enough to get accurate information out of them.
I mean, it's literally their job.
And they literally hate me. Isn't that
House
the same
Thoras
group?
hates you?
Or am I thinking of the other one?
Ask the other bounty hunters. You're thinking of Thrain.
Yeah, I thought that's where we went and they like attacked us.
No, that was the the Holy
That was-
Inquisition.
Oh, never mind. We're good.
It's not.
Thoras
they hate you,
is
it's just
our-
they think you're a heretic. It's fine.
Well, there's that.
Thoras
Too.
I mean,
is
they're
our
liars, but-
competitor.
I mean, are they, Joe?
Yeah. They don't know my
they?
backstory. I didn't share my character sheet with them.
Uh-huh.
I didn't even share it with Ross. Ross doesn't know my
Sounds like they
backstory.
grew up with you instead.
No, I grew up by myself.
I know your backstory. Based on how you played, though, I'm pretty sure you don't know your backstory.
There is that.
Yeah, I just don't care anymore. My backstory kind of changed as I
Can't change your
became a better.
backstory
I mean,
unless this is X-Men and you go back in time.
Yeah, he died in,
Days
this
of Future
is in
Past.
Universe 2.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
This is Eberron 2.
This is Eberron 2.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Well, what do you guys want to do?
Kill things.
I am assuming, of course, that Thrask is the best place to go for finding things. Right, Russ?
They do have the Finders Guild.
Okay, that's what I thought. I wasn't entirely sure which house that was, but you know.
Yep, that's Thrask. So you gonna head there?
Up to you guys. What do you want to do? Any other bright ideas?
I have no idea what to do, so I guess we can do that since it's fun.
We could go bounty hunt some of the Avengers
Oops.
wish list.
Yeah, that is a thing we could do. We could also try to track down Yasikova and whatever his face was.
I mean, they did make it sound like they pissed more than if we just caught the Avenger.
I mean, there's a distinct possibility. They were all kind of pissed off at us though because we showed up in a place to kill them, and then proceeded not to do that.
They don't know that you were there to kill them. They just know you were standing there when the door opened.
True.
We let them out, like, pretty willingly. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I opened the door, asked them if they were okay, and they said, "Move out of the way," and then I did, and then they ran away.
They ran away.
So, but I think the Avengers pissed at us because we didn't kill them.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
I don't have any ideas. We can do whatever.
Sounds like Clint wins by default.
Okay, cool.
I side with whatever Adam chooses.
All right.
Perfect. Helpful bunch.
It's my go-to.
You head over to the House Thorask Finders group up in Middle Memphis. Head to remember the group up there in the Warden Towers is the Thulin de Veldren Investigative Services. You go in there, and what do you say? You go up to the desk. There's a tiefling sitting there. He kind of perks up as you come in. He goes, "Hello. How can I help you?"
All right, somebody who is actually, eloquent needs to talk, not me.
Hey, that sounds like Joe.
Hi.
You're the most trustworthy of us all. You're a whatever the fuck you are.
Hey guys, what are we here for again?
You want to know
wanna
who this
fight you?
vial of blood belongs?
We want to fight people. I mean, where did this blood
We
come
wanna-
from?
Yeah, that too. We want to find them so we can go fight them.
Yeah, that. Holy
raise
onion
an
smell.
eyebrow.
Oh.
And you are?
DedEx, hello.
Give him our card.
Give him the bad
Sure.
one, because he doesn't know who we are.
Unfortunately, DedEx is on the no-serve list. I'm afraid we
Oh.
won't be able to help you.
That's a shame.
Alright, I'm recently detached from DedEx as of about 5 seconds ago. Can you help me now?
Unfortunately, I cannot.
Well, worthless.
Besides,
Why are we on the no serve list?
it doesn't say.
Probably competition.
Great help
Let's
you
go find
are.
out.
I'm not any help at all.
I noted.
I
Alright, well,
suggest if you are looking for something more dynamic in nature, perhaps the Thrain Inquisitors would help you.
Not
Oh,
likely.
That's a great idea, jackass.
Also, I don't know of anything dynamic, but maybe if it's demonic.
Demonic? Oh no, heavens no! I mean the denomination of Silver Flame that is over there.
Oh, well, that's... Okay, that's different.
I mean, we could try. It'll go poorly.
As long as I'm not there, they might help. Maybe.
They'll try to kill us again.
Well,
I
that's
mean-
what I want to do.
Think about how much all their armor is worth, though.
This is where my backstory comes in, right, Ross?
Yeah.
Your time
About
to
all those
shine.
helpful people, in the Thrain Inquisition.
I actually don't know, like, any of them here, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you swing by their offices, the guards out front don't even let you into the building.
Alright, we gotta break in, is what they're saying.
Are there any independent Finder Guild style?
Yeah, make an
Organizations in town.
investigation check.
Okay, hit it,
Um,
Ross, or hit it, Adam.
outsider question, is Michael not coming at all tonight, or we just don't know where he is?
He's not coming up
Okay.
at all tonight. He's doing his anniversary stuff.
Oh, right.
Woo!
good.
Abelix determines that the big three organizations in this part of town would be good at investigating or tracking things down would be House Thorask,
DedEx.
the Sharn Inquisition, or the what do I call them? The Thrain Inquisition, the Thrain Office of the Inquisition,
Different group.
and DedEx.
Nice.
We're top 3, guys.
Nice, we've
We're
made it
getting
in the
amazing.
world.
there. We're listed
I'm-
in the phone book.
Genuinely
That's
impressed.
not necessarily a good thing anymore.
You assert that DedEx would probably be the cheapest option.
Well, yeah. We're desperate. I mean...
It's a fair point.
What about the alien in the spaceship guy? Could he help somehow?
Oh, right.
Oh yeah, that's a fair
the
point.
Traveler
We probably could ask
or
him.
something like that. What was his name?
It is
Poke Blank.
currently SAR, so he would be there tomorrow.
Star Day of the
Hmm.
Week.
Yeah,
Yes.
Soul
Okay.
is after that.
It's like Wednesday, dude.
It's like
Yeah,
Saturday.
SAR
Saturday.
Wednesday. Definitely the same thing.
Yeah, Whir is more of a Wednesday. It goes Soul, Mol, Zol, Whir, Zor, Far, Sar.
Yeah, why didn't I know those? Thinking.
Hmm.
Anyway, so he'll be here tomorrow. You said. Could try
Yep.
talking to him.
Could be
He'll
useful. Yep.
require our necks or whatever.
Yeah,
Probably.
probably.
Is there any way that we know of to track down Yusakova?
I don't know. Do you?
Because she didn't leave us like a card or anything, right?
No.
Well,
just
we
gave us
can have
money.
Nero spam. We can have Nero use all his spell slots, spamming his primeval awareness to locate any groups of undead within the nearest 3 miles, and we will just check every single one
Oh my
and
god.
see where Yoshikova and her buddy are.
It's actually not a terrible
Well,
idea.
I would also be hesitant of that, considering how many undead we've actually dealt with.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, then
and
we come across the Sharn Avenger and we kill him.
Nylandris is aware that Yozakova is not undead.
There's also
She's
that.
a life mage.
Yeah, life mage.
I mean, we could do some good old-fashioned investigation to see if we can track down a life mage.
What does that mean?
Actually, that's a fair point. We might actually
Investigate?
want to start by examining our own offices.
Yeah.
We didn't actually do that.
But like to see if she's still here.
Well, we know she's not because we tried find object, right?
That was
Oh,
on the
shit.
little girl.
I don't know what we would find on Yasuko.
Ablix determines that nothing in the office is missing, although underneath the shelves up near Thunk's office, you do find a piece of paper that was left to you by Elcor detailing his plan to go indenture himself to the church and get Abstinent Dilemma and Tamishi revived, and that he was going to take Annabelle with him so Annabelle could stay with Tamishi.
What?
Oh, okay.
Where was said plan found?
Interesting.
Under one of the shelves. The
So he
paper
tried to
had
hide
apparently
it, but he
been
still wrote
knocked
it.
off the desk and slipped underneath the shelving.
But the people at the church don't recall the little girl.
That particular person at the church did not recall any little girls.
Maybe someone else would.
Maybe.
Possible. I mean, of course, though, the question is whether or not they should, we should actually go find her.
Yeah.
I mean,
and that's about all that you can do for today. So
That's fine.
another day will occur.
yeah, that is. I don't know if I heard you right, but trying to find the little girl for what?
Just to make sure she's okay.
I mean, we were technically left with her custody.
From who? We
The
just
state.
acquired her.
Yeah.
We didn't. Did
She's an
anyone
orphan.
explicitly say we are going to take care of this child?
You're the lawful good guy. You should be happy that we're looking out for the orphan.
Because, an orphan like yourself.
Not an orphan.
Yeah, you are.
Hardly. I'm hardly an orphan.
Uh-huh.
You don't know my background.
Because your
Your
parents have been there the whole
dad
time.
doesn't care. He's never been around.
Uh-huh.
Al Pacino tells Yekel that he and Nero and Trike are going to go to the cogs and investigate what all those undead are doing down in the cogs. And he doesn't go to the office today.
Who was?
Okay.
Al
Alpha.
Pacino.
Michael's characters.
Oh, okay. Helpful
He's
that.
gonna try to bring them all back
Probably.
to the office.
Yeah, it's
Nero's
not a bad idea.
favorite enemy is undead.
Yeah, there is that, huh?
So he's trying to hunt them down and figure out what's going on.
Which is funny that Michael chose that for him.
Can I head to the library and ask our friend up there if he knows of any way to track people down using their blood and get him to help me research?
Yeah.
Or anything?
You can go there and make an investigation check.
Cool.
You find out that only works in Dragon Age.
I say-
13.
I was gonna say, before you run off, is there anything you want
You
us
have
to buy?
advantage because you're using the library.
Cool. 22.
Yeah, you're able to find a tome on blood magic, and one of the things that one powerful spell that blood mages use are the ability to track others using their blood.
Are blood mages and life mages synonymous or similar? Is there anything about that?
You don't find anything on life mages.
So I don't know if we found Yoshikova, if she could do the same thing.
I don't think she's actually a life mage.
I mean, she's a necromancer, but it's a different title.
There was that blood elemental thing in the room with her, so somebody in that room was probably a blood mage.
Oh yeah, she is.
Point.
Like
That's how she was
life,
tracking
blood,
down that guy.
similar. Yeah. So it just says that you can do that with a blood mage. It doesn't say anything about notable blood mages in the area or churches associated with them or
No, it's
particular rituals.
no, the text is specifically referring to magic that was practiced back in the age of goblins and not something that is modern. You don't find a lot of modern details about blood magic.
Yeah, because they
Does
banned
our-
it back in Dragon Age.
Does our librarian buddy know anyone? Any
No, he just knows-
academics?
He just knows of this book.
Okay.
While Clark's doing that, I'm gonna go around town getting all of our contacts, asking around for Yoshikova or for a life mage.
Yeah, it could also be worth asking if there's like a blood
What
of Vol.
contacts?
Is anybody
All
gonna
of our contacts.
Is anybody gonna go with you?
I'll go.
Hope so.
Yeah, may as well.
Pierce will follow him around since he is native.
Sure.
Yeah, that's a good point. Pierce can help us out. He probably has the most contacts.
So you don't find anything concrete about Yasikova or any life mages or anything like that. Although you do hear a rumor that about what happened at Shamukar, and that the Zakharovich twins have taken over that building to ensure more tight security and the use of it as a neutral place for the underground in the cogs.
So it might be worth going back, I guess.
I mean, it couldn't
maybe.
hurt to go back. Otherwise, what country did Yoshikova say she's from?
Judging by her accent, you would guess she's Karnathi.
Yeah, she had said where she was from. I just don't remember the war. Is there a particular section of town associated with Karnathi refugees or anything?
No, most of them would be associated with the Sharn Underground. So primarily the cogs, but there's not like a large Karnathi section or anything like that. They just sort of hide amongst the rest of the group within the slum areas. Karnathis are not particularly popular in
Not like
Sharn.
a blood of Vol temple anywhere.
You are almost positive that somewhere within this city is a Blood of Volt temple.
Really?
Yeah, there's pretty much everything in Sharn. It just wouldn't be
Well known.
well advertised.
That might be worth tracking down. See if we can find some blood mages there, or whatever they are. Life mages.
Are we worried about aggression out of them though?
Not
If
necessarily.
they're
No.
trying to stay hidden.
Don't piss them off.
I mean, yeah, just don't piss them off.
That's
The
kind
only
of what we
thing
do
is,
though.
That's what you do.
That's what. Yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong, but just like to keep things exciting, okay? For all of our viewers,
All two of them.
currently Ross.
Yeah.
All right. So what are we gonna do?
Well, we could try to get our friends back from their indenturement somehow.
It's gonna be a lot of gold. A lot of gold we do not have.
Or
I mean,
some
we could
illegal
offer
activity.
to lend our services to them to speed up their indenturement.
We already did. They said they had no interest in it whatsoever.
In speeding up the indenturement?
In offering their services.
But I mean, like, if they're indentured servants, then we could also be for a shorter amount of time to let them off sooner.
I mean,
Only
Yeah,
5
probably.
years apiece rather than 20.
There's 7, 8 of us with everybody. How would that make it that small of a difference? I feel like it'd make a bigger
it doesn't
difference.
mean it doesn't mean it's perfect math. You're still talking
Years.
like a year or two apiece.
Sure.
Which
But we
is-
can't afford to just buy them back.
No, of course not. That's why I've pretty much just written them off.
Yeah,
They're
basically.
not coming back for a long time. There's nothing we can really do about it. Maybe
So if we're
we
not going to do that, then we go back to that area, see what they turned it into.
Yeah.
Well, you mean the hunt
the
area?
bar. No.
What
the
area?
bar.
Oh, sure.
Shamukar.
Shamukar, that's it.
No, I'm not hearing anything else, so let's just do that.
Yeah, let's do it. It's worth a
Can
shot.
I go to Shamukar?
Yeah, we'll go right back.
All right. Well, it's been a couple days. How much could possibly have changed?
I bet they cleaned up the bodies.
Pierce is going to immediately cast Mage Armor before we go in.
Sure. You guys arrive at Shamukar to find the place cleaned up and as bustling as ever. It's almost like nothing happened here. The only
Wow.
thing that appears to be a little out of sorts is the guards appear to be more edgy. And more trolly than any of the bodies that you found before.
I wonder if it was
Cool.
all an illusion.
Most certainly not.
Is that a bear folk?
Yep.
Are bear folk really large?
Those two are.
No.
They're
Okay.
bear-sized folk.
Why does this lady not have pants on?
She doesn't want pants.
This is weird.
I'm sure you've had those days where you just don't feel like wearing pants
Yeah.
at a bar.
But I don't go to a bar when I'm feeling like.
Maybe she lives there. You don't know her life. You're not her real dad.
Aravax is gonna nudge Nalandris and ask him if he can see if there are any demons here.
I'll think about it for a minute and then I'll do it.
Demons. No.
Wait, I
demons.
can't sense demons, but thank you for telling me there's no demons.
Well, you can sense
You can
fiends,
sense
right?
fiends.
Oh yeah, I suppose.
Fiends.
That's
What
right.
is it? Like fiends, undead.
Celestial fiends and undead.
Yeah.
None of
None
those. Okay.
Well, that's a good sign.
Is it?
Wait, is that the same creepy bartender?
Well, it looks similar.
There's two of him now,
He's
but
multiplying.
he's no longer a fiend.
Yeah, that's true.
That's also valid. Well, I mean, yeah, we can just go up to the help and ask.
Hey, what you do?
Super Robo.
I have no idea what you just said.
What was
Not
that,
a clue.
T-Pain?
T-Pain. He's auto-tuned.
I said, hey, what'd you do with all the dead bodies?
Who are you asking?
No, I'm not. It was supposed to be a joke, but it turned out as a robot instead.
Airvax, where are you going?
I'm gonna walk in, and do I see two people who look remarkably similar?
You see
Like they
two
might be
people?
twins? Like they might be.
No. Make a perception check.
You see any trolls that might be twins?
Some of the orcs kind of look similar, but that could just be that you're not used to seeing orcs. As you're sort of eyeballing people, then one of the troll sort of like nudges you with the butt of his axe. It's like, what are you looking at? What?
I'm
What's
looking for
wrong
the
with
twins.
your face?
Oh, I'm dead. Don't worry about it. I'm looking for the twins.
You're dead. Sort of pokes you harder.
I'm gonna grab the butt of his axe and kind of pull it aside and said, "Yes, dead. Now where are the twins?"
So it won't hurt you if I cut your head off?
Not for very long.
It'll hurt, and then I'll come back a day later and I'll kill you.
He sort of laughs. He's like, "Oh, we can take turns cutting each other's arms off then. Ask at the bar for 'em."
Thanks. I will walk up to the bar and ask if I
"What
can
do you
talk to the twins.
He looks at, well, you probably don't drink anything, do you? All right, next customer.
6 beers, and can you let the twins know that DedEx is here?
6 beers. All right. He
One
goes
for
over,
each of us.
pours them all out. He yells at the goblin. He yells something in goblin. Do any of you know goblin?
Probably the
Yeah.
goblin.
I
I
speak
might only
goblin.
know. Oh, yeah, Yekel does.
first
Yeah, the
language.
goblin does. He yells at the goblin hand to go in the back and talk to and tell Sobolev that DedEx is here. Until he runs off. And he comes back and says something in a hushed tone to the orc, and then goes back about his business. And he's like, "All right, I let him know you're here. Drink up." And he
Thanks.
goes on to help other people.
I'll start chugging.
Yeah.
I will as well.
We're just gonna stay outside.
Definitely.
No,
I
I'll
got
come inside,
beers
but I'm not
for
gonna
them.
drink any.
I
I don't-
got you a beer.
I
Come
don't
on.
drink.
Pierce will
Dunk has to.
double fist.
I'll drink his beer.
Pierce is already double fisting it.
I don't
Right,
offer
you
it to
two gotta-
Pierce.
You two got see. We have this whole big old map thing with icons in it. And
Yeah,
if you
I'm
move your
currently in
character
my
around-
kitchen.
See, not even playing D&D.
When we
Dude,
start at
why
6, I
the-
don't have time to eat.
Oh, boo-hoo.
You have time to eat.
Okay.
You leave work at like 4.
I don't get home till 5:45.
He lives a long
15
way away
minutes.
from work.
Definitely, yeah, not like a block and a half.
Okay, so time begins to pass. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, a half hour.
He didn't tell.
I'm gonna go do something before half an hour. I'm not gonna wait that long.
Okay.
Can I walk around outside and check the back door? Is it open?
No, it's got 2 troll guards by it.
Okay, I'll come back in.
Okay.
Do you guys have any good ideas how to get by?
The bird,
So what?
or you can turn invisible. You're
Yeah.
a rogue. Do roguey things.
What?
I can turn a couple people invisible.
Just, I'll have you guys drop a bunch of ball bearings in the middle of the bar, cause a ruckus. No, hell if I know.
Or is there like this is a back door, right? Does it look like it's for serving people?
Yeah, the bar staff grab food from there and take them to people at tables and stuff.
That kind of thing.
Using
Cool.
that.
Since Pierce is the most common looking one, he's just going to grab a couple like empty mugs, just load his arms up and attempt to walk back in there when it doesn't seem like people are paying attention.
Sure, make a stealth check.
Can I do deception since I'm pretending to be a bartender
Sure,
person?
I'll let you do that.
Can I also... Okay.
Okay. Yeah. He looks like he fits right in. So much so that when he walks back there, they immediately give him an order and a table number to take it to.
I will yell that the bartender told me to pass a message on to the twins and just walk back towards the office.
Okay. Yeah, you keep on going.
Becker
you're
is
able to head
brave.
back into the little foyer area.
I
Yeah.
will keep mental communication with Pierce. Since he's
How
still
close
in
do I have to be?
I believe 120 feet.
Okay.
The door's shut.
I'll knock on the door.
The door opens a crack, and a human woman peers back at Pierce and says, "What is it?"
I need to talk to the twins.
Who are you?
I was here the other night after things went down in the bar. I think us and the twins could help each other out.
Who are you?
Pierce Becker, the Brave. You might have heard tales of me at the raid at the Lucky Nines Casino. How I punched a demon and lived.
Bravest person I know.
You are DedEx, no?
Yes.
He did not say you could come.
What?
Go back to your seat and shuts the door.
Oh, snap.
Let me see. Is there anything? I'm gonna knock again.
Make a perception check.
Perception check.
Okay.
Nope.
That is a 10 for Pierce.
You notice that the person who looked at you had an Ondarian accent, which you noted as strange.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I will ask Abelix if anything's strange about having an Ondarian accent in here. Or ask if Zakarovich is Ondarian. Does anyone know?
Can I make some
Not
sort of
a
check
clue.
to remember that? Insight checks, maybe?
No.
History check?
Yeah, you could try.
That wasn't the scary fighter lady, was it?
Who?
The
It
fighter.
wasn't the fighter from
Not that you could tell.
I'm assuming Pierce would know.
he was there.
You believe that Zakharovich was Karnathi, not Ondarian.
I will relay the
will-
information to the group.
I will knock again, and as soon as she opens, if they open the door, I would like to cast suggestion.
Good luck.
It takes a few moments, but eventually the door does open up again. You can cast your spell.
Cool. So I am just going to tell her that she does want to talk to DedEx about what happened with Dask the other night and share information with us freely.
She passes her saving throw and shuts the door.
Well, okay. I'm going
Wrecked.
to walk back into the bar and attempt to grab a tray of food and take that out with me for us to go eat.
Okay,
Nice.
so they tell you to take it to table 7.
I immediately take it over to us and start eating it.
Sweet, not as.
And then he gets fired. All in the plan.
What kind of meat is this?
Make a investigation check.
Sunk to tell what kind of meat it is.
Oh, you definitely recognize this as manticore haunch.
Ooh, that
Wow.
sounds delicious.
Fancy.
It tastes great to you, but the rest of the party not that into it.
Hell yeah.
After a total of 40 minutes passes, one of the goblins comes out and says, Zakharovich will meet with you now.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
He sort of leads you back.
Yeah, I'll set the nachos down, the manticore nachos down, and follow him back.
He knocks on the door. The person sees him, and then opens the door wider, and then he goes back to the kitchen area, allowing you guys to enter the room, where, in fact, Eileen Perlo is in the room with Zabolev Zakharovich, as well as a third individual who's sort of bowing forward in the fetal position without a shirt on, and has just an incredible amount of scars.
Fun.
Just scarred. There's like not an inch of skin that is not scarred. And Zabolev Zakharovich looks at you as you walk in, and he says, "To what do I owe this inconvenience?"
Well, we thought we could put our heads together and track down the people who so rudely slaughtered your clients and staff the other evening.
The Shawn Avenger? Yes. Yes, Yasikova told me how you helped her hunt down and kill the necromancer, yes? Kill his pet, as well as get rid of the Disamorten.
Yep.
This is
was us.
very good. We appreciate this. However, it was also relayed to me that you cast spells upon my sister and compelled her to be under your power and taking advantage of her in this weakened state.
Well,
I'm inclined to believe this based on your attempts to do the very same thing to my bodyguard here.
you're not wrong.
Well, when caught between two powerful mages, wouldn't you take necessary precautions too?
I would recognize who my friends are and attempt not to make more enemies. You can't just go around the underground trying to take advantage of every person you come across. You won't survive very long without friends.
And
Give-
showing up and leading us into a group of 5 or 6 flesh golems is also a great way for your sister to go about making friends.
Oh,
She
snap.
asked you, you're a security group, no? Mercenaries? Your whole job is to hunt down and kill dangerous beasts. You know what you were getting into.
So we proved that we
You-
could do our job. Your sister came out just fine. So our methods may be questionable, but we get the results.
Well, if we are going to work together in the future, I would appreciate an element of trust.
So I shouldn't ransack her mind right now.
That's understood. Pierce is a new member of the bounty hunting profession. He can sometimes be a little overzealous.
I see. Well, then you won't mind him waiting outside while we have our discussion.
Definitely not.
Yeah, your Pierce.
Not at all. He will go eat some more manticore nachos.
Which he hates.
Yes, again, are you stealing from my customers?
Wait, he knows that I didn't pay for nachos. I rolled like a 20-something on deception.
Yeah.
My wait staff told me that an order had been picked up and not received by some quite irate guests, I might add.
Pierce is fine.
And so you assumed it was us.
Well, normally my regular customers don't go stealing each other's food. They pay for it. Is it just the 3 of you then?
Is that
I
all that
guess
we
so.
have with us? Oh,
Unless
Nylandris.
my Landris and
Yakko
Yak will come in.
I'll come in, yeah.
I'll stand at the door. Oh wait, there's. Oh, down here. Yeah. This-
Okay.
From memory, this is outside door, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wasn't there one like back here somewhere?
No.
Nope.
Thought there was one along the kitchen wall.
Yeah, that door led into this room we're now standing.
There's just one.
No, I thought
yeah,
there was one like on this wall.
No.
Nope. Just one going up.
Okay.
He sort of coughs a little bit into a handkerchief, and then he pulls out a red dagger and it cuts the person who's laying down next to him. The blood sort of trickles out quickly and then begins to float in the air and expand, leaving this filmy, protective aura around Zabolov.
Cool.
This is now. What can I do for you exactly?
Start by telling us what the heck you're doing.
I am protecting myself, much like your paladin is attempting to protect you.
Interesting.
So we happen to come across a vial of blood that we believe could help lead us to the Avenger. And knowing your sister's talents, we thought you guys might be able to help us track down the person it belongs to.
This is possible in a way. Not quite as clean as you would believe.
Understandable.
The paladin's outside. We aren't bothered about how clean it might be inside this room.
Do you have the blood?
Did we bring it with
Yeah.
us?
Yeah,
All right, cool. We brought it with us. Yes, here.
whoever has it hands it over.
This is all? Well, I believe it could make do. I will need to consume part of it.
Kinky.
Is this okay?
I mean, we don't have anything else we can do with it, as far as we know.
Sure, as long as you promise to share what you learned with us, we're willing to trust you.
Yes. Okay. Well, I will take approximately half of it. I will be performing a spell. I would appreciate a lack of countering my magics, if that is okay.
Of course.
All right. He unstoppers the vial and drinks about half of it and closes the vial. And he just begins to stand there, and his eyes roll into the back of his head, and he sort of shakes and convulses a little bit. Then he returns to normal and hands you back the vial.
Okay.
I see. Yes, using this spell, I am able to experience a memory of what happened just before the blood was taken. Not a precise tracking,
Better than nothing.
but a way. There was a creature in his memory. A creature without a face. Do you know of what I speak?
Yep.
Yes.
Do we? A creature without a face?
Uh-huh.
I don't
Yeah,
recall.
we encountered that. There's a guy that had no face.
This creature, he was being attacked or subjected by an individual, and he cut this person whose blood this belongs to. He was in a location I do not recognize, but could perhaps describe.
Feel free.
Yes, it seemed to be some sort of layer or base of some sort. Yes, the blood definitely does belong to this Sharn Avenger. I have seen him before. Judging by those paintings, well, I have an inkling. Yes, I believe I could lead you to the lair of the Sharn Avenger should we choose to assault it.
Oh,
Fun.
wow.
However,
It's risky.
Not going to be pretty.
we will need time to prepare.
Agreed.
First,
Can we bring some of your guards with?
yes, Yasikova should come, but not until she is feeling better.
Understandable.
She may be out of commission for another week or so.
Okay.
Eileen, would you be willing to accompany us? Yes, of course. This is what I am here for. Excellent, excellent. And Pin will
Hopefully
come
this fight
too.
goes better than our last fight together.
Excuse me?
To Eileen.
Oh. Eileen says, yes, perhaps this time one of us won't leave the other one.
You
We'll
were
definitely
invisible,
try
and you
not
ran out the door.
Sounds like you
We
left.
tried.
I was not
Yeah,
pointing
maybe she won't
fingers
leave us this time.
I was not pointing fingers or blaming.
We were.
Simply stating fact.
I assume the door is closed, so I probably can't hear any of this anyway.
Not so much.
Perfect. You still have my aura, though.
Yeah.
Shoot, I had a thought, but I lost it. Oh well.
Do you have any recommendations on preparations to take to fight all of these flesh golems?
I do not know exactly what this layer contains in the form of defenses. I would definitely bring ways to heal yourself. It may be a long-term engagement.
You're gonna wait for a cleric.
I mean, we have a week of time until Yoshikova's ready to go.
Yeah, so we can ask the folk of Lang if we head back up now.
Clint, how much
Killer.
gold do we have?
A reasonable amount.
Well, I'm asking because Pierce could spend the next week just cranking out healing potions.
It's a good idea. Where's my stupid treasury? About
You
900
should
gold.
know, though, that beyond Eileen, I do not normally bring capable warriors around.
So we'll be doing most of the heavy lifting.
It will be me and Yosikova and Eileen.
Sounds
And
good.
Pin. But Pin isn't particularly useful in a fight, are you? He sort of ruffles the head of the person next to him.
That's kind of creepy.
Just a bit.
But with a week, he could make 7 potions for 7 times 25, so 175 gold, 7 healing potions.
Do we know what kind of creature the thing with no face is?
We can go research in the library.
I think we should definitely do that.
Yeah, you do. He
I
called
thought we had a
himself a
name.
fearsmith.
Oh yeah, that's right. I do remember that now.
Can we go look up stuff about fearsmiths then?
Sure.
Definitely a good idea. Let's see here. Yeah, no, I think that about covers it. It's just going to be us and the 3 of them. I mean, it might be worthwhile to know the rough location of where we should be going. Also, because the Sharn Avenger apparently has the ability to like scry or something, he should be extra careful.
I don't quite trust you enough to let you know the location as of yet.
Well, that's kind of what I figured.
It would be different if you had behaved differently upon our previous meetings. I am still willing to work with you as your end goal seems to align with mine. However, once the Avenger is taken care of, I do not know what to make of you.
The enemy of my enemy is my ally, not necessarily my friend.
Yes, indeed.
That said, wouldn't rule out the possibility.
Is there anything I could do to assuage your suspicions of myself and my sister?
You guys got anything?
I don't think of anything off the top of my head.
Do we
You can
want to
tell us
work with
who
them?
else. You could tell us who else you're hunting down from the Carnassi Wars.
It was mostly just that individual necromancer. We don't make a habit of hunting down individuals other than those who have upset the balance of the Sharn underworld.
Curious.
Yes, we mostly attempt to keep the warring factions down here in line. Keep our hands in on the drug trade and the slave trade that occurs. Not to prevent it, but to enforce an ethical code. Unfortunately, when the Shan Avenger arrived, one of the first things he did was, well, delay us.
Upset that balance.
Yes, rather than enforcing rules, he simply began killing everyone. And as we had been enablers, as he would put it, he worked against us. We've unfortunately had to go underground for quite some time. But his assault on this building, this sacred neutral ground, we had to show ourselves again in a more forceful fashion.
Fun.
Not exactly. Because we are exposed, it is possible you will come after us. So, I would do your best to prepare quickly and protect this establishment if you can.
Sounds like a plan. If you guys need anything, feel free to holler. I forget, do we still have the sending stones or did we sell those?
I was just wondering if we could go.
You traded them to the
Folk of
Folk
Lang.
of Lang, but Yeko could make some more. He just hasn't.
How long would that take?
It's in his rules
Week.
for.
Yeah, call.
Owen. Owen! He'll tell us some other day.
Is he still here? Did he go AFK?
I don't know where he is.
He might be
He's still-
muted
he's
while he's
muted.
like
He is muted.
eating supper or something.
If Owen's talking to us, he's muted and doesn't know it. It's probably dogs.
What
These
day
things
is it? Is it still the day the Folk of Lang is around, or did we miss that?
Yes, it is, but you'll need to leave shortly if you're going to go talk with them.
I will point that out. If we want to get any magical supplies, we need to be heading to our supplier now.
Is there some type of passphrase you can give us so we can get back here without the hassle?
No.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Helpful bunch.
Would you like to hire us full time for this next week to protect your place?
Unfortunately, my financial resources are stretched a bit, employing more trustworthy, if less capable guards.
Understandable.
Can you bring any of the trolls with when we go?
I do not own them per se. I am currently employing them, but not to such a degree.
Fair enough.
Your average bouncer is not particularly great at assaulting outposts, especially if there's a good chance of you not coming back. And I will not force them.
People who can regenerate limbs are hardly your average bouncer.
It depends on where you are, and this is Sharn.
Do we want to go see if Folk of Lang has any magical items we think we could use or anything?
Trying to think of what we could afford that would be useful.
We can get more magical weapons if we need to. trying to think. One of the things we might want to do is research if there's anything we can do against the Fearsmith. If he's weak to anything in particular.
Do
You might
we
know, yeah.
remember what all the flesh golem resistances were?
I know they were
Yeah, they don't
scared
like
of fire or something.
Were they actually? I don't think they were actually vulnerable to fire though. It just said Ross just said they didn't like it.
Correct.
I think I typed it in chat. I'm scrolling up now, but we'll see
Yeah,
how.
I didn't see it, but oh, I can expand chat more.
But yeah, we should be able to find something about that.
Yeah, there's that.
But the first thing in our chat log is Joe insulting Clint.
That sounds right.
You scrolled all the way to the top?
When you expand, it
click
starts you at the top.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, was it like when we were setting it all up, probably?
Yeah.
Been a while.
Beat 'em up.
Just-
Since I
Just been a
said
little bit.
mean things about Clint.
I don't
Just
actually see anything in the artificer bit about creating them. It just says you get them at certain levels.
Yeah, and then like if you lose them, you can pay an amount of gold to reforge them.
Really?
Yeah, it's there somewhere.
I don't,
77 cold, fire, light. Oh no, that's someone else. Flesh golem, 93 hit points, immune to light, poison, non-magic, charm, exhaust, frightened, no vulnerabilities.
fun.
Okay, so no vulnerabilities, but we do know they don't like fire, so we will do something with that. We also, Joe needs a magic weapon, right?
Yeah.
No, I
He
can make one.
cast it. Isn't it
Yeah, you can.
concentration though?
Everything is concentration.
Yeah, so we don't want you to lose. If we could get a weapon, either you or Alpha could probably use it.
I mean, if we can get one for relatively cheap, then sure, but if it's going to be stupidly expensive, I don't think it's worth.
I think Pierce also, not Pierce, Michael's second character, whatever his name is, Nero,
Oh,
has
Nero?
mundane weapons,
Yeah.
and he needs two. So that's the only thing I can think of. Like I said, I don't know if we can even afford that. Magical weapons, I think, are expensive.
We can go ask though.
Yeah, we could also look for like more magical arrows and things like that for our ranged fighting.
It'd be super cool if like one of your teammates was an artificer.
Can you make magical weapons?
I can certainly try.
I mean, according to Xanathars, Pierce could make magical weapons too. It just takes way more time and gold than I think we currently have. Definitely time. It's like quite a few work weeks.
We don't have that. Well, maybe in a week, Owen can make us one thing, and we can buy some other stuff.
Well, that's interesting. I just read your bit about magic infusement, Owen.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of neat.
How easy is that? Can he infuse a weapon with magic?
Yeah, so what he can do is basically cast his spells on items, and then they will have that spell imbued upon them for at least one use, I think.
Oh, but I don't think he has any combat spells, so.
Not necessarily, no. But if he has healing
Is-
spells,
Does that hold the slot forever, or can he just do that as much as he wants? You know what I mean? Like,
I think
did he spend the week wasting all his spells
like
on items?
oh, it must be
think,
used
like-
within 8 hours. Never mind.
Oh,
The very end.
I was gonna say that seems
Gotcha.
kind of broken otherwise.
Right.
be great.
That said.
Alright guys, we got
still
30
kind of-
arrows and each one of them heals.
Shit! We healed all the damage we just did to the bad guy.
No, you have to shoot your teammates.
You take 2 points of damage, but you heal 4.
Congrats.
Pierce can totally set up shop just cranking out healing potions, but it's 25 apiece for the healing, and it takes a day. So
I forget what is it, Borderlands, where you can take a skill that allows you to heal your companions by shooting them.
Yeah,
Is it?
I think so.
I thought it was a special
Interesting.
gun. Like it was a gun that could spawn that did that.
There's that too, but I thought there was a character ability. I forget which character though. Probably like the soldier.
My favorite was the guns that you'd throw when they were empty instead of reloading, and then they'd blow up, and the new one would teleport to your hand.
But anyways.
Back on topic.
Folk of Lang, see if there's anything we can afford.
We can look. Is
Sure.
it going to be a problem if we go to them and see what their prices are, and then try to make our own, or do we still have time to make our own?
We should have a
Depends
week.
on what you want to try to make.
Pierce
Okay.
can go back and make healing potions.
Yeah, I think he should do that. We
Um,
don't need all of us to go.
Yeah, we also don't.
I
need to-
think crafting a magic item is gonna be way too long. Let me look.
Oh, and how long does it take?
It takes me, I think, a week or 2 weeks.
It's taken him a week to make some trivial magical items,
So probably don't have time for that actually,
like the grappling hook and the
because it's like
walkie-talkie.
the end of our current
Hey,
week. So
A common item is 1 week and 50 gold.
yeah.
Uncommon is 2 weeks. Um,
So I don't think
I
we even
don't
have
have-
time. Do we have a full week available?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it
we
was
have-
like
Technically 1 week.
I thought it was the end of this current week that it was happening.
No, it'll take 1 week for Yasikova to overcome her ailment,
Yeah.
and then you can go whenever. You can wait longer if you need to.
I don't think we want to wait
Potentially.
too much longer than that, though.
They could be a little mad.
All right, so you're gonna go talk to the folk of Lang.
See what he has for sale or on sale.
Sure.
Preferably on sale.
You meet him as he comes down and is taking requests from the Traveler's Shrine. He looks over and goes, how are you, my old friends?
Doing well. Looking
What-
for some supplies.
What can I do for you?
How much money do we even have?
We're mostly interested in hearing your prices on magical weapons.
Price?
Well.
Magical weapons. Well, I don't have a lot of use for gold, but if you have something you are willing to trade, then I may have something that would be appropriate compensation.
Yeah, that's the hard part is we
I-
don't have anything to trade, but we can buy things if he wants.
I can give you this non-magical spear for a magical spear.
Magical spear?
Sure.
Seems like a good trade to me. You should take it.
I'll put some of those collars on some people in exchange for whatever
What?
they want.
Whatever I
Jeez.
want.
Whatever my party wants.
I mean, we could just go find Aline, right? Put her in one. She's pretty valuable.
She's stronger than us. That's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Not than all of us.
Yeah, what sort of magical weapons are you looking for?
Just your basic
Well,
+1s.
yeah, you know, even just like daggers for our little stabby halfling friend would help, maybe, or like a just your basic long sword or something.
Trident.
Nothing more subtle, simple hack and slash. I can see what I have. What do you
Well,
have to trade?
You think the subtle stuff will be cheaper? We're looking for bulk magic right now.
Looking for what?
Bulk? More, the better?
Bulk, more multi-use or more
Multi-pass?
little guys. I do have a necklace that you might be interested in. But let me go look for other weapons. I suppose that I have some other things. And he wanders up onto his sword, or onto his boat, and begins looking around.
Let me see the necklace.
I have some of that.
I'll
Not sure what that is.
do magical item analysis on it. If he takes it out.
Wait, you have what?
Magical item analysis.
Used to be special firewood?
Yeah. No idea what that is.
I will tell him that I know a
What?
spell. I will tell him that I know a spell that can summon a demon from the other planes and force it to tell you its name. Its true name.
He seems a little interested in that. Just
can-
a spell? One time only?
Well, I assume you can do the spell as often as you need to. It's not a scroll, it is the ritual for a spell. So I will give you a copy of it.
Copy.
In trade.
Probably not very valuable, but that is possible. Is this magic for wizards? Yes, put it in a spell book, perhaps. Yes, okay. Begin copying it down. I will try to find something of appropriate value.
Do we have any
I'll have to
secrets that we
find-
could trade?
I'll have to find someone to help me copy it, but can definitely do that.
There's
We
all my stuff.
also
You can have it all.
we also will be fighting some flesh golems. We could bring back. Oh, don't we have one of the stomachs?
Oh yeah,
So
we
we
do
have
have
two
those
stomachs.
two stomachs.
We have two stomachs that could be turned into bags of holding. We could try to trade one.
Ah, yes, this is a valuable bit of material. Not as good enough for a one-to-one trade, but it is definitely going to help you on your way.
Two stomachs of Zimwi.
Well, one
Two
stomach.
stomachs
No,
and the
it's we got
spell.
two.
Yeah,
we're gonna make one
We
into a
want to
bag of holding.
save one.
Oh, did you?
We want
Okay.
to save one to do a bag of holding.
Uh-huh.
But we could trade. We could trade a spell and a stomach.
We could also just make a bag of holding out of it if you would prefer. I think that's more valuable. We won't have it for however long it takes to make it. I know Owen can though, right?
Yep.
So if he doesn't mind waiting for us to finish constructing it, then we'd be happy to trade for the finished product.
I would prefer probably the raw goods. There are some other things that could be made with such an item that my clients might find more valuable.
Fair enough.
Whatever floats your boat.
Yeah.
Oh, and do you have any other more ingredients that you've been harvesting?
Yeah.
Or did you stop doing that?
That was the other character. We need to find Alton Jurasco.
I
Got all
guess.
sorts of ingredients.
We just need to arrange to get the band back together.
Yep.
All right, that's our new quest. Find our old characters.
That's been Michael's quest all along.
Mine's probably naked in the woods somewhere.
I mean, what else would a druid be doing?
Yeah.
If I remember right, we were in the desert at a traveler's temple.
It wasn't the Traveler's Temple, as I recall, but yeah, something like that. We were up
You're
in
in the mountains
wastes.
between Breland and Jerome at the Traveler's Temple.
So you're both right.
Let's go there.
I thought we were in the Demon Wastes.
Hey, Owen, could you give him the Gorax, or how long would that take to replace?
Oh God.
Isn't it like
I'm not sure you
1,000
would-
gold?
It would take like 5,000 gold or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, screw that.
You probably also wouldn't trade it just because of your character.
Nope.
Give him Pierce.
Well, let's see
I'm
what
okay
we
with
can get.
Pierce.
Give him Nero. Pierce is a spellcaster. He doesn't need magic. He is magic.
Yeah, my character would be okay
Nero-
with that regardless.
Nero, we have to give magic weapons so he can be useful.
Same. Give him me.
Okay, he comes back and he says, well, I have 2 items that may be of interest to you for maybe perhaps more than you have, but we could try to make a deal of some sort.
Definitely.
First of all is this necklace I told you about. This is probably the more valuable of the two. See these beads? And he holds up this necklace that has like these red beads on it. And it says these you can take off and throw, and they explode in a big ball of fire. Very good for removing large groups of enemies.
That sounds
And the
great.
other is this sword. This sword is powerful and will assist you. However, it has a curse that will make you only want to use this sword.
Gosh, that sounds awfully familiar.
he sort of like flickers his eyes at Aravax and he says, well, no, definitely less valuable than that one.
And that's okay. I prefer my own sword.
You only use that sword.
I actually never use that sword. It's on my back. I summon a magical copy of that sword.
I was to say, what kind of sword is it actually? Is it like a rapier or?
This one is a long sword, although I believe I have similar swords. If there's something you would like other than a long sword.
Do you think Michael's okay using a long sword?
I'm pretty sure his character uses a hammer, and then Nero uses a dagger and a short sword, right?
Something like that.
Nero
yeah.
uses like 2 axes, I thought.
Good news,
Oh.
Michael. We bought you a sword. Bad news, it's cursed. Good news is the sword is +1. Bad news is the frozen.
Just gotta
wood
remove
is also
curse on it.
cursed.
You're right.
I get that reference.
The sprinkles are also cursed.
Do you have to? Does using the necklace take any particular skill?
Let me look it up. He pulls out a little book he has. He begins flipping through it, looking for whatever page he's, whatever page the information's on. Particular skill, I think arm strength is a predominant use. You just
He
pluck it
pulls
and
up a
draw.
Dungeon Master's Guide.
Flips through the Dungeon Master Guide. Yeah. Where did this go? It should be under the end section, right? For necklace of awesome. There we go. No, I believe you just detach the bead and throw it. So you must be good at throwing, but otherwise, no need to cast spells or anything.
How many beads, and do they regenerate or come back?
No, once they are spent, they are gone.
Would they fit?
And how many are there?
in This
There are. There are. Oh shit. There are 9 beads on this one. It's good as new.
Dang. I say we at least trade for that. I don't know about the sword since Nylandris and Alpha don't like swords apparently.
I mean,
I could
wouldn't
use one.
mind
I
a
think
rapier
my
version of
lawful
that.
good would be opposed to using a cursed sword.
but it comes with a frozen yogurt.
What?
The frozen yogurt
I
is
mean-
also cursed.
You don't know how bad the curse is. All he said was the curse is all you want to use is that sword.
Yeah,
Like,
does
that's
that-
not particularly evil. It's just detrimental to using other weapons.
Yeah, clarification. Does that mean you would want to just use that sword as the only weapon, or just that as the only sword?
Yes, the sword is quite jealous.
Or
about bows?
does it mean that you only want to use that sword instead of, like, using
Bow.
a restroom or using a fork and a knife? Or, like, all you want to do is use that sword all day, right?
I do not know the particulars, although I don't believe the sword enjoys cutting roast beef.
Oh,
What if it's cutting raw roast
This
beef?
could keep things interesting.
Just
I'll take
a
it.
cow.
I'll take it.
If there's
No.
something else or more specific you're interested in,
No,
I
no,
could
no.
go look for it and
mean,
return
maybe.
next week.
Oh, nope.
There are other swords.
So how far does copying the spell and letting you have one of the stomachs of the lion giant guys get us on these objects? Is that enough for both or enough for the necklace, and how much extra for the sword?
Certainly not both. Probably not enough for the necklace for sure. I may be able to part with the sword. It is not the ideal situation.
we'd also be happy to go find any supplies you find interesting in the city, like our last
Or-
time.
Or our handy artificer could return in a couple weeks with
Some instruction.
new crafted things. If there's anything you need that he can make.
Is there a style of weapon that is perhaps smaller that you would be interested in?
A short sword?
I may have some short swords, or
What about a cheese knife?
you mentioned hatchets or something? Hand axes?
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
Hammers
that's
or
good.
whatever.
I think he uses hand axes.
I believe I may have a hand axe. Let me go look again.
I don't know about you guys, but I really want the necklace of fireball.
It comes
Yeah.
back
Usually
and
good at 'em.
says, Alright. I will either give you this long sword, the cursed one, or this hand axe for both the stomach and the spell. I would prefer 3 copies of the spell, however.
I don't think that's a
What
problem.
does the hand axe do?
The hand axe alerts you if there's danger nearby.
Oh, does it glow blue?
I
Does-
don't believe so. I believe it whistles a little bit.
Does the damage count as magical?
Yes.
It whistles? So it's going to give us away when we're
So
trying
it alerts you of damage by alerting them that you're there.
Yeah.
There may be a different way. Let me go look.
I'd
You
also
would
be
prefer
interested
something that glows brightly?
in.
Maybe
How about
something that
vibrate?
just like heats up in the wearer's hand, but doesn't give any visible sign, or gets really cold.
Sure,
Sends
sure,
a
sure.
telepathic message.
That is something completely different.
It says, "Oh shit, they're coming to get you."
Look out!
Oh man, I'd pay to have a sword imbued with what's his face, the
Dr. Goblin?
Dr. Goblin?
Okay.
Just a hand axe that wets itself
Yeah, you
whenever
guys
there's
got-
danger.
You got
Oh,
anyone
God,
named Dr.
of
Goblin
course.
on your ship?
Dr. Goblin?
Yeah, we'll trade for him.
No goblins here.
Dang it.
What would it take for us to get the necklace?
It will need more of a magical weapon included in the trade, or a magical item of some sort.
You can have all the things I listed. None of them are magical up together.
Oh, and is there anything good magical you can make him?
I'll ask him if there's anything he wants.
Yeah, or if there's anything we can buy.
If you have anything of use, I am willing to take it.
I'll give him the inkwells.
Your what?
Now this
Inkwells?
is something. This is like
How are
a
we gonna-
talking.
It's more like a spy.
Oh, I see. Yes. Not entirely useful in areas where there are not inkwells or writing, but yes, I could definitely find a buyer for this. Yes, okay. If you give me this and the stomach and a copy of the spell, I will give you the necklace.
But no sword?
No, no sword.
No hand axe.
No hand axe.
Well, what do you guys think?
And that included the stomach?
Yes.
That's one of the
the
two.
fireball.
I think if we
Seems pretty
I think
helpful
if
to
we,
me.
if we make this trade, then we'll need the inkwells.
Well, we haven't needed the sending stones yet, so
Nah.
what else could we use?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good with getting rid of this. I think
Yeah.
the fireballs are more useful.
Yeah, that sounds pretty useful. Firebomb, necklace beads.
Do the beads replenish or do they deplete after using?
They deplete after using.
Do you know
We
how many
get
charge?
9
Okay.
9 fireballs for all of that.
Can we
Are they
like
actually,
repair
like,
it to get more back?
Fireball spell?
He said it blows up,
Potentially, maybe
so
figure out how to make.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Well, I mean, if we take it down to 1 and then repair it or whatever, and if it gets more charges.
It does not get more charges.
I mean, yeah, I think pretty much all of us could use more magical weapons, right? Otherwise. So if he
I
wants any
mean-
more like
Oh,
shift
there's a lot of-
weave or
There's a lot of flesh golems in this campaign. The fire would be helpful.
right, the fire will be
Well,
helpful, but we're also
They
gonna
actually aren't vulnerable to it, but just having all that damage to drop
right.
would be pretty useful.
It's also important to remember that they are immune to non-magical weapons. So if you don't have a magical weapon, we should really get you one.
Man, not important.
Alpha can use spells and like cantrips.
Right.
Nero will mostly be useless, but
I don't think
everyone
you
else
have
should.
a. Do you have a magical
Yeah.
weapon, Joe?
No.
Well, I know you do.
He has a spell that casts and makes his weapon magical.
Well, yeah, but it's concentration, so
Yeah, he might lose it, but he can make it for a bit.
1 hour.
Might be worthwhile to get a real one though.
He can also hit and smite.
The smite's what does most of the damage anyway.
True. But if you had a +1.
And if that comes to worst, I can always hand someone my
Packed
my
weapon.
packed weapon as whatever they want, and I can just cast Eldritch Blast and do that all combat.
Does he have any magical bows?
I have some, I believe, more arrows. I do have an old
Preferably
bow,
short
but
bows.
this is not in your price range.
That's understandable.
I don't know. I vote fireballs. I don't care. If you guys vote otherwise, we can just go with hand axe or whatever too.
I vote for fireballs.
Yeah, definitely fireballs.
Fireballs.
Oh, I do have a javelin. Are you interested in javelins?
Does it shoot lightning?
It is a javelin of lightning, yes.
How many charges does that get?
I believe you just have to go pick it back up.
You by chance have any staff of pine cones?
Staff made of
I don't remember
pine
what the
cones
name of
or
it was, actually.
creates the pine cones?
I think it was.
Oh, nothing like this. No.
It was basically cast without trace.
Yeah, and it could turn into a tree, and it had a few other things.
This javelin, it turns into lightning when you throw it, and then recharges at dawn, I believe. Yes, he looks it up.
Fancy.
Yes, it stays as a magical weapon, but it only turns into lightning once per day.
If you stab someone with it, can it turn into lightning, or does it have to be thrown?
I believe it must be thrown, otherwise it would shock at the person holding it, no?
That's a little tougher. Javelin of lightning or 9 fireballs.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Javelin of Lightning with it replenishing might be
The only
stronger
thing
in the
is,
long
if
run.
we throw it in combat, someone has to pick it up so they can continue to fight with it. So that could be problematic.
There's that too. It's
Who
also
would
not
wanna
a
use it?
Can't we
area
stab
effect
with it,
weapon,
though?
right?
Yeah, it's not an area.
You
effect.
can stab as magic, but you can't stab as extra lightning.
Right. It doesn't have to be thrown.
So the people who
No,
need
but
magic
the
weapons
throwing is the cool part.
is Joe. Joe needs a magic weapon, kind of.
Mhm.
Nero. Who else? No one?
Alpha.
I mean, I could use a
Albert.
magical sword.
Owen.
Are you
weapon.
ever
yeah,
in
Quinn-
range or in melee combat, though?
I try not to be because I don't have one, but you know.
You don't have one at all, or just not a magical one?
I mean, I have the radiant damage arrows.
But you don't have a melee weapon at all?
I have a rapier, and that's it. Just a
Okay.
regular rapier.
Sure.
I do have a fair rapier. Not flashy, but quite well made.
My vote's still fireballs. Area effect damage is good.
I think we're gonna need the burst damage. Long term, I think the Javelin of Lightning is better since
Yeah,
it
probably.
lasts the whole campaign. But I think the 9 fireballs gets us through this battle without dying.
Okay, this is good. So the inkwells, the stomach, and the spell for this necklace of fireballs. This sounds like a good and fair trade to me.
Sounds good to me. Get writing.
We're gonna have to find someone who can copy wizard spells because I'm not a wizard, so I probably can't.
Oh fuck.
You are not a wizard, but
Can't
you
you-
have spells.
I would say, can't you still copy it?
I have this awesome sword that kind of brought me back to life and gives me powers.
Can it not do this for you?
I will ask. Hey DM, can my sword do that? Help me copy it.
The sword doesn't respond, but as you pull out a piece of parchment, you find the spell burned onto the piece of parchment.
That's terrifying.
A little bit.
Dang, can I just pull out all the parchment I need right now and hand them the spells?
Yep.
Cool. Done.
Then you
I
hand
now
the
dub thee demon name scroll.
stomach and the inkwell, and yeah, he hands you the necklace of fireballs, aptly named, which has 9 charges. You can use an action to detach a bead and throw it up to 60 feet away. When it reaches the end of the trajectory, the bead detonates as a third level fireball spell, DC 15. You can hurl multiple beads or even the whole necklace as an action,
Oh,
and each you increase the level of the fireball spell by 1 for each you throw.
wow.
Can you detach beads and like hold on to them so each of us has, like 1 or 2 beads to throw later on, or do they have to be detached and thrown pretty quickly?
They need to be detached and thrown pretty quickly.
Okay.
I
We'll just
assume
have
it's
one
basically a
person hold
timer.
it out, and we all run up in a row and just grab a fireball and throw it.
I assume it's basically a timer. If you don't throw it, it explodes.
Yeah, that wouldn't be very fun. You can detach it as you can detach and throw as an action. So if you just do the detach part, it'll just blow up wherever it is.
How does Gorax feel about a suicide mission?
Gorax has no emotions.
That's true.
How does
Feel like
Jekyll
Jekyll would
feel
be
about
opposed to
Gorax
it.
on a suicide mission?
No.
He's getting blown up. There will be some pieces to pick up.
Maybe one bulb will even blow up next to us. Or blow up towards us, rather.
So, you guys have 1 week to prepare. Is there anything in particular you want to work on? Pierce is making potions.
If people are okay spending 175 gold to get 7 potions of healing.
Seems okay to me.
Or we can, it's one potion for 25 and 1 day. So whatever increment people are comfortable with.
I don't know that we necessarily need 7 potions because we have plenty of healing, but as some like supplemental things.
We could make some and sell them in the shop.
I mean, we'd get like 25 gold profit,
Yeah,
but
I
it
don't think
still
we'd
takes
make
time.
much off of it.
So, do you think like 4 is better than Nylandris, or do you want him to spend the whole week in 50 gold crafting you some armor that never gets dirty, or a cloak that
Never gets
flutters in the
dirty.
yeah?
I'm not
Or a
too
cloak
concerned
that-
about that.
You're so high and mighty, I figured you'd like it.
Well, I
Or a
already know I'm
cloak that
better than you,
flutters-
so.
Flutters in the breeze. It's hard to be
Alright.
better than me when you're covered in horse shit.
Wow.
I'm gonna start making that.
That took a weird turn.
So, how many potions?
I don't know that I want to talk with you anymore.
You should ask Abelix instead.
Abelix, Dunk, Yekel, how many potions do you guys
I think 5 would probably be good enough.
Sounds
Yeah.
reasonable.
Yeah, I was gonna say something around there.
I don't think we need 1 for everybody. That seems like overkill.
Yeah,
Clint, if you want to mark that gold off, we
How
will.
much was it? 75, you said?
It'll be 125 for 5.
Okay, 125 for 5.
Sounds
good.
Who all wants one?
I shouldn't need 1.
So you're taking one anyway.
Yekel,
Cool.
Yekel, Thunk,
You can hand them out.
Abelix.
Later.
Yeah, okay.
Just
I'll
mark it
make
on
a
your
note.
sheet. Yeah.
I doubt I'll need it, but maybe to save you guys.
What's is there anything else that you guys want to do during the next week?
Research the Fearsmith at the library.
Okay. Make an investigation check with advantage.
I presume Adam.
You're gonna dictate what Adam's gonna do during this week.
Absolutely.
Man, okay, I guess. Good thing I have a van.
Apparently Adam's going to learn about the Fearsmith.
So a Fearsmith is a servant of the court of the Shadow Fae.
Ooh.
So it's sort of like an evil Fae creature that often serves as a torturer or dispatched to demoralize the court's enemies. And they're known for their horrific stare, which is able to stop some heavily armored foes and trap them, while other beings can kind of finish them off. Yeah. So they sort of feed off of fear and enjoy the prolonged death of their victims, and can normally hide among society using various hoods and masks. But other than that, you learn too much.
Can I ask my sword if it knows anything else? Since I don't know where my sword comes from, but the book lists that usually it's from the Shadowfell. So that's kind of like the same place Fearsmiths are from, right?
Sure. But your sword does not respond, and doesn't really know anything additional to what has been found.
Cool. Yeah, no, Pierce is just sitting in here for 5 days, so he's not going to do anything.
Okay. Nero and Al Pacino stay investigating whatever it is they're doing. They go back to their home at night, but otherwise are keeping to themselves doing something.
Dun dun dun.
That's suspicious. Can I follow Nero and Alpo one of the days?
No.
Well, if I turn invisible.
Shut down.
Then you can't keep up with them.
Turning invisible
I will
change your
hex
movement
them.
speed?
No, they're riding trike.
All right.
And so they go fast. And Erivax, being invisible, would have to still dodge people who can't see him to get out of the way.
Just run into him.
Alpa's
Super
medium,
slow.
so he can't ride trike because trike is also medium. So.
That's true. So Alpa just flies.
How is he? What?
Where was this when we were all stuck in the church? Damn it!
That's true.
He leveled like 9 times since last week.
Sure.
Yeah, that's what he's been doing. Is he's been power leveling.
He's a
Killing-
wizard, Harry.
He's been killing boars.
Yeah.
I'd be
Wow.
doing that for a week instead.
You want to train?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
spend
I'll
the
level.
week
I will
training?
also be
Yeah,
training.
You
Why
can do
not?
that.
I'm
Sure.
gonna go kill boars on the edge of town.
All right, so the 4 of you are gonna go training. What's Yekel gonna do?
So they're going. Did you say training or trading?
Training.
Training.
We're
They're
gonna
gonna
go
go
find
on
some
Rocky
trains.
Style training montage. They're
I'm
gonna
gonna
pull
trade my
trains.
training.
All right, I'm gonna
bulk
make some
up.
more lead bullets, and I'm gonna start making a cloak that never gets dirty for Nylandris.
Okay.
Yes.
You wanna
Cloak
roll
or armor?
You wanna roll a tool proficiency?
Sure.
I'm a pretty
Probably lead
proficient
work
tool. You want me to roll it?
No.
Oh.
Personally, I want the cloak of billowing, so it always flutters in the non-existent breeze at dramatic moments.
Dramatically.
All right, that's next.
Bonus
So
points
are
to
you
get
gonna
your
make it
character.
in a specific style for Nylandris?
Yep.
Do you want any specific symbology on it?
I'll ask him what he wants before he goes training.
Flames.
The silver flames.
Okay.
The gold flame, because I'm better than them.
Oh, you freaking nail it. So, yeah, you have this, the Everclean cloak that attaches to Nylandris's armor. It goes out behind him. And it's also, in addition to, it's so clean that it doesn't really want to touch Nylandris. So as he's runs or like is fighting in combat, the cloak avoids getting caught up in his feet. It just naturally lifts itself away, so it doesn't impede him at all
Perfect.
in combat, and it avoids the attacks of other creatures.
Legendary
It sees them
dodges.
filthy.
Can I throw dirt clouds at his cloak? What happens when I do that?
It punches you in the
It's
face.
It's kind of like rain hitting a windshield that has that anti-rain stuff. It just sort of beads and then slips right off.
Dang, I was hoping that it would like try to dodge and like drag him off balance or something.
No, it actually intercepts it from hitting the rest of Nylandris and then just flings it away.
This seems like Doctor Strange cloak.
Yeah, it kind of acts like that a little bit. It's not as animated, but it kind of looks natural, but somehow never.
So I'm just gonna hold dirt in my hand at all times, so that if I need to block something, I can just throw the dirt at the cloak, so it goes in front of it. I like this.
It doesn't work like that. But if
What? What?
if you have dirt that's on you, it begins to wipe it off like it's a towel or something.
Perfect.
So
Nice.
it after wearing it for like a couple hours, your armor actually looks like shined and immaculate, as if you had been oiling it.
I mean, I have been.
So, and if you get hit and begin bleeding, the cloak wraps it up. It doesn't provide any healing, but it prevents any of the blood from spreading and staining your clothing.
It doesn't stop the blood flow.
No, it doesn't stop it.
Dang
It just redirects the blood to not on your clothing.
Okay, I suppose.
Perfect.
I like this.
Should you want, you can grab the cloak and use it to like crawl through like a muddy area.
Okay.
And then once you climb out of the mud, the cloak will whisk away all of the mud and you will be immaculate.
Perfect.
Next time there's a sewer we need to crawl through, you're the man for the job.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also one of the biggest ones.
You also glow a little bit, I think.
Yeah,
Just
my
the
eyes
size.
do.
Yep. So you have the Everclean cloak.
Everclear cloak. Got it.
Yep.
Never-ending supply of way too strong alcohol.
Yeah. And the
Nasty shit.
the 4 people that trained to get 150 experience points.
Woo!
Yeah.
Sweet.
And that'll be it for this week. We're gonna wait for next week for the
actual fight.
on the
Said
Shard
150.
Adventures Fortress. Yep. And remember, guys, if you run out of healing, Blame Nylandris. He said he didn't want those extra 2 health potions.
That's fine.
Well, so did I finish his cloak? Or-
Yep.
Okay, well then I'm gonna start on the
In the
for-
week.
for
In the
okay.
week that it is up to. So you can't start anything.
What was it called?
before
Cloak
the sun.
of.
The
I don't
Everclean
actually
cloak.
need a
Oh, Everclean.
I don't
Cloak.
actually need a cloak of billowing. They're cool, but we could spend that money on actual magic weapons. So
Okay.
that would be
Alrighty. That's all for this week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.